The Andhra Pradesh State Congress Chief YS Sharmila Reddy today met CPI and CPM leaders. This meeting comes at a time when the Congress party is looking to form an alliance with the left and smaller parties for the Lok Sabha and the Assembly elections. But is the India bloc forming the right alliances as it looks to dethrone Jagan Mohan Reddy, who is the YSRCP chief and Andhra Pradesh CM? Has it bet on the right horse by appointing Sharmila as the party chief? It has been a little over a month since the appointment of Jagan's sister YS Sharmila as the Congress chief here. Has she really made any impact in this time? Is this narrative of a sibling rivalry all that it is touted to be, or is Jagan actually gaining from Sharmila challenging him on his own turf? Now, to discuss more about this, we are joined in by Gali Nagaraj, who has been covering Andhra Pradesh politics for several decades. Thank you for joining us on the show, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gautam, for
Yes.
saying some good words about me. So, as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, much before the state bifurcation that happened 1 decade ago, Andhra Pradesh is basically home to bipolar politics. Earlier, before the bifurcation, there was Telugu Desam Party, there was Congress Party headed by YSR. After the bifurcation also, by and large, there is no much change in the political landscape. So only the thing is, Congress has disappeared and Jagan Mohan Reddy completely gobbled up the Congress Party. So again, there is bipolar politics between Telugu Desam Party and Jagan Mohan's YSRCP. And 2019, Jagan Mohan Reddy has got more than 50% vote share, and I.N.D.A. ended up with 40%. So this is the basic situation, political scene of Andhra Pradesh. Now, see, almost Congress Party has disappeared from the scene at a time. The Sharmila has entered just 1 month before, or just 3 months before the election date. So it is too late, I think, for the entry of Sharmila Reddy. So it sounds more of a sibling clash or family feud than a political fight. So as you said, Sharmila, having met with the left parties, I think there might not be any presence or electoral benefit for the Congress Party in Andhra Pradesh. So the reason being that even for India bloc, when it comes to Congress Party, there is no ideological coherence. The clash of interest, in Kerala, what we have seen in 2019, see, Y.N.D.I.A, so Rajiv Gandhi all the way, he went to Y.N.D.I.A and contested against the left parties. So there is no any kind of compatibility in seat sharing and understanding. So in Andhra Pradesh also, left parties, there is no presence at all left parties, not even 1% or below 1% vote share. So after the bifurcation, there is no presence of left parties in assembly. That is the thing. So initially, what we thought after the entry of Sharmila, see, Sharmila is likely to dent the Congress vote bank, particularly the Christian minorities, Muslim minorities, scheduled caste people. But what happened? No, see, when we approach close to the election, so election, this traction is election heat is gaining up. So there is some kind of polarization between the Telugu Desam Party and Jagan Mohan's YSRC. So it is also, it appears to be unlikely that Sharmila makes much headway in favor of the Congress Party, because voters are divided, evenly divided between the Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRC and the Chandrababu Naidu's Telugu Desam Party. So it is highly impossible for the Congress Party to pick up from 1%, that is below Nota votes which has got in 2019 to 40 or 45 or 50% to beat Jagan Mohan Reddy. It is highly impossible. It is just like pipe dream. So though she has aligned with left parties, it is not possible in the distant future also.
But for this particular elections, because we have the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections happening at the same time, has the appointment of Sharmila Reddy going to make any impact at all? Because there's talk of her looking to reclaim the YSR legacy also. And there's also a belief that Sharmila will be able to get back some of the votes or the voters that were lost in 2014 after Telangana was carved out. So is all of this narrative, is it just a hoax here, Gali
So
Nagaraj?
one thing is for sure. See, after the entry of Congress Party, Sharmila Reddy into Andhra Pradesh Congress affairs, so the Congress has got out of its moribund state. So after the 2014, the Congress is nowhere almost. Now it has become a talking point in public discourses after Sharmila's legacy war. So Sharmila is able to put Jagan Mohan Reddy in a fix on certain ideological issues, saying that there is no Rajanna Rajyam, say in Jagan Mohan Reddy's rule. So what is Rajanna Rajyam? See, Sharmila says Rajshekar Reddy, Sharmila's father or Jagan Mohan Reddy's father, he stood for the ideals of minority security, minority welfare. See, she is citing Manipur, what is happening in Manipur. See, that Christian people, more than 60,000 people have been displaced due to that violence under the Narendra Modi's rule. What she says is Jagan Mohan Reddy is completely surrendered to Hindutva politics of Narendra Modi. So that is not the politics or ideals of Rajshekar Reddy. There is no YSR, there is no Rajanna Rajyam in Jagan Mohan Reddy. That is one point she is successfully making. And also welfare politics, it is not happening. They are getting diluted. Third thing, Jagan Mohan Reddy has become out of access to many people, unlike Rajshekar Reddy. Rajshekar Reddy, it was the case when Rajshekar Reddy used to wake up early in the morning, right from 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and he kept meeting with the people. Now, Jagan Mohan Reddy remained in his palace, Tadepalli Palace, that is the state capital, Tadepalli, where Jagan Mohan Reddy remained in his palace without access to even his ministers, MLAs, and people. So, this is not the kind of Rajshekar Reddy's rule or Rajshekar Reddy's legacy or Rajshekar Reddy's kind of politics. That is
So
what
are you
many.
saying that neither of the siblings can stake claim to YSR legacy anymore? This election is not going to be about that at all.
Yeah, see, generally, Congress, Rajshekar Reddy was a known congressman, and he used to stand for minority welfare, minority politics. See, when it comes to Jagan Mohan Reddy, openly is supporting Narendra Modi on many controversial issues. See, he never raised any issue. His party within the parliament and even outside parliament also, he is coaching up with Narendra Modi openly, so no secret at all. So, if that is the case, see, there is no Rajanna legacy in Jagan Mohan Reddy's role.
No, that is an important point you raise as well, because Jagan is still flirting with the BJP. Meanwhile, the TDP and the Jansena are also trying to shore up an alliance with the BJP as well. And meanwhile, Sharmila has her left party, CPI and CPM. But where does Jagan Mohan stand in all of this?
See, I think Jagan Mohan Reddy is safe. Jagan Mohan Reddy is safe in terms of his social engineering. So, Jagan Mohan Reddy is viewed as a savior of poor people, savior of marginalized people, savior of socially backward people. As see, Indira Gandhi was seen during the 70s. So, when she distributed that sheep, goat, and land to the poor, so that is how still Jagan Mohan Reddy is being viewed as pro-poor. This perception, Chandrababu Naidu is miserably failing to counter. He's a pro-Dalit. He's a pro-poor. See, introduction of English medium in government schools. So it is a pro-poor measure. See, actually, it went against the interest of corporate schools. Also, see that the big life-size statue of Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, was installed right in the heart of Vijayawada city, that is Swaraj Maidan. So, this kind of measures, he has been strongly sending a message that he is pro-poor, pro-Dalits, pro-minority. So, if that is the case, Chandrababu Naidu is failing to counter this image, and heavily he appears, in public image, Naidu is heavily depending on Narendra Modi and Pawan Kalyan. So his visit to Delhi is a clear indication that he is sending that kind of signal that he is not able to take on Chandrababu Naidu alone. Jagan Mohan Reddy alone. He desperately needs alliances with Janasena and Narendra Modi. Without alliances, he cannot win the election That is the kind of public perception he has been creating by making frequent visits to Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right. Now, also,
but
Gali Nagaraj sir, one thing I was just wanted to focus on here, bringing the focus back to YS Sharmila. One of the important issues that she is at least raising here is the AP Reorganization Act, saying that it has not been implemented where the center has also failed. Will this be a good enough poll plank for her?
see, certainly it is a good poll plan, but the only it is timing. So
Hmm.
timing, real timing. So
Hmm.
she entered state politics very lately. So just in the run-up to the politics, the
Hmm.
elections, very difficult to
Hmm.
make much traction that
Hmm.
demand. Okay, see, Andhra people are sitting in anger against the way how N.D.A government failing to keep its word regarding reconstruction and healing the wounds of Andhra Pradesh, bifurcated Andhra Pradesh. That is true, but
Hmm.
it is too late for Sharmila to help that demand gain traction for two reasons.
Hmm.
Because, as I said, Congress is almost out of sync with 1% and below 1% share, and it is highly impossible for Sharmila to lift that Congress party up to 45 or 50% to come to power or to challenge Jagan Mohan Reddy. That is the biggest challenge, and also timing. Also, there is no time. It is too late for Sharmila to stay climb for the power.
All right. So the message is loud and clear. It is too late. YS Sharmila has entered the battlefield too little, too late, and may be unable to make any real impact on the ground. So that's the analysis from Gali Nagaraj there. So thank you for joining us on the show, sir.
Thank you.